Yeah. Hello and welcome to Rev Sports to our pre-match show as we build up to the highly anticipated final clash between India under 19 and Australia under 19 in the under 19 World Cup. I'm Gargi Raut and today we dive deep into the journey of these two teams as they gear up for a showdown reminiscent of their previous encounters. India, the defending champions, have showcased exceptional resilience in their throughout the tournament, while Australia has fought tooth and nail to secure their spot in the final. With intriguing storylines, standout performances, and the promise of an intense battle ahead, let's dissect the key aspects shaping up this ultimate showdown. Joining me today for this show are Shubhayan Chakraborty, Devashish Sen, and Shomik Chakraborty. Shubhayan, given India's smooth journey so far in the tournament, how crucial has their experience been in handling these pressure situations, especially if you talk about that semi-final against South Africa?
No, they have surpassed the expectations already, and there's no Indian media present there, so you can sense the expectation that was there from this batch. Although South Africa is very far and it's very expensive also, so I'll give that to the Indian media. But nonetheless, coming to purely on cricketing basis, they have really surpassed the expectations the way they have played throughout the tournament, going unbeaten, winning every matches, tight matches, winning matches from situations where no one expected them to win those. So yes, they have done really well so far. But yes, one more step remains, and today will be, as you said, the ultimate challenge for these youngsters.
And Devashish, when you look at the India under 19 team, what do you expect out of them today as they, step foot on that field?
Yeah, obviously, as Shubhayan said, that the performance they have put up in the tournament, even if they do not go on to win the tournament, but that will not take away the shine, the performance they have put in the tournament. Means everyone has contributed in this team, be it a Mushir Khan or a Arshin Kulkarni or a Sachin Das or a Soumi Pandey, and not to forget the captain himself, Uday Shah, and Raj Limbani, also Naman Tiwari. Means, and it's a team performance. uh, let's not put it that it's only a contribution from one single. We cannot single out a performance from one or two. It has been a truly team performance, and that has paved the way to India reaching the final for the record ninth time.
And Shomik, heading into this final, do you think Australia in any way are the underdogs?
At this level, Gagi, there is no favorites. There are no favorites or underdogs. It's under 19 cricket, and the best two teams of the tournament are playing the finals. And the two powerhouses in the cricket world. If you look at the senior level, also these two teams met at the 50 over World Cup final in India 3 months ago. So these are the two powerhouses as far as world cricket is concerned. The way they nurtured their talent, the way they groom their talent. At this level, we shouldn't put a favorite tag or an underdog tag to anybody. It's the way you perform on the day, and it's about enjoyment. It's about purely enjoyment. It's not about avenging a defeat or putting extra pressure on someone. It's about it's purely enjoyment at this level, and we should look. Australia are a fantastic team. If you look at uh, someone like Jake McGurk, uh, this this kid is going to break into the Australian team if everything goes to plan. This kid is going to break into the Australian team latest in a couple of years. He is that talented. Even Ricky Ponting has spoken about him. If you look at their pace battery, the way they have performed, they have two seamers who have claimed 11 wickets each in the tournament. So from that perspective, you can say there could be a couple of matchups, but I don't see Australia underdogs or India as favorites. It would be 50-50, even Stevens.
And if we look at the toss update, Australia have won the toss and have chosen to bat first. So I don't know if this is exactly what India wanted or not, but let's see what happens with that. But we have a question here, and it's quite interesting. He's listing all these World Cup trophies that Australia already has, and is saying someone needs to stop Australia. Shubhayan.
The under 19 team has done in the past. Unmukh Chand, his team played against Australia in the final. Prithvi Shaw's team played against Australia in the final. So it's not like that we have not defeated Australia in the finals. We have done that, albeit just in the under 19 setup. But nonetheless, we have a good record against Australia in under 19 World Cups. India have defeated Australia many a times. I don't think when these boys take the field, there will be any pressure of head-to-head clashes because you have just played one match or two match against Australia in the Tri Series or in the other tournament before. So you have not faced these guys much before. So that mental pressure of okay, we got defeated in the WTC final. Now we are again facing them in the ODI World Cup final. That won't be there. And when Indian senior team take on Australia, it's a different ball game altogether because of their what Australian team in the past kind of dominance they had. Everyone from the current setup when they were growing up, when they were playing their age group cricket, everyone saw that 2003 Australian team and said that is the team, and that remains in your mind somewhere in the back of the mind. That stays with you. And Australian senior team is it's a different chalk and cheese completely. But I don't think that pressure will be there, and I think given the kind of performances India have given in this tournament, if there has to be someone favored, then it is India at this moment.
And Debashish, Uday Saharan, and Sachin Das played pivotal roles in India's semi-final victory with the record-breaking partnership. They displayed incredible composure under pressure. Would you want them to go in with the same sort of mental, uh, the kind of mental state they were in the finals,
Yeah,
semi-finals as
but
well?
let me first dive into the question that someone has put forward in our chat. I mean, obviously, in their last six meetings between the two countries in under 19 cricket, India has won all six. So it's not that India haven't won against Aussies. India has been dominating against the Aussies in the last six meetings in under 19 World Cup. India have won all, including the two finals in 2012 and 2018. And as far as the team composition is concerned, no changes for India. They go in with the same 11 as that one that played in the semi-final. Australia make one change. They bring in a fast bowler, Charlie Anderson in place of Tom Campbell. So they go in with four fast bowlers. Callum Vidler, Tom Stracker, then Marley Beardman, and Charlie Anderson. Four fast bowlers. So and as mentioned by Hugh Wibgen that they would like to post a big total on board so as to build pressure on India, given it is the big final. But yes, Uday Sharan also did say that he would also have loved to bat first, but given the form the Indian batters are in, especially the likes of Mushir Khan, Uday Sharan himself, Sachin Das, obviously. So India should feel confident, but then they do not let Australia post a big total because it is the final, the pressure of that final, chasing a big total that might give in. So better off for India is to restrict Australia to a low total and then hope for the best. But as far as you said that about Sachin and Uday, obviously India will be banking on these two batters. Means they have done really well in the tournament. Especially this Indian batting and the Uday Sharan has been the backbone because the temperament, the concentration, the way he paced his innings, and the entire batting is revolving around him. So I think if India can get a good start, especially someone like a Mushir Khan, a huge expectation from him. He has already scored 200s in the tournament, and what an occasion will it be if he goes on to make his third hundred and that too in the final.
And it makes sense that Australia went in with another fast bowlers because the pitch and conditions in Benoni have favored fast bowlers. But Shomik, how do you expect both teams to approach, the strategy based on these conditions?
See, Australia have backed their strengths. Their spinners were not doing well in this tournament. Their spinners have been mediocre. So that's why, and their strength is fast bowling. So they have gone for an all-out four-pronged pace attack, which is backing their strengths, which is absolutely fine. And given that, as far as your question is concerned, I mean, what should be the strategy? I think India's strategy would be to build an innings. Australia will be batting first. Their strategy will also be, we will not see a miniature version of baseball at the World Cup final, although England are not playing. But that template will not be hired by either of these two teams. What we'll see, they will try to gradually pace the innings, build something around 250, because we have seen the pitch is not, not very conducive of batting. Although India chased down 245 from 32 for 4 against South Africa, the pitch is not very conducive of batting, and there is enough for the fast bowlers in this pitch. So if you can get to something around 250, and mind, we don't have the spectators, too many spectators for this game, but you'll have the scoreboard pressure. India will bat against scoreboard pressure as well. But I shall laud the temperament of these young kids, the way they showed it, they proved it in the semi-final. Uday Saharan, Avnash Araballi, Sachin Das, Mushir Khan, these guys are being nurtured brilliantly for every situation. And that's why we could eke out a win against South Africa in the semifinals. That's part of their grooming and nurturing process. And this we will see. I hope they can replicate it in the final also. Even if Australia go on to post a big total, sizable total, I hope India will be able to chase it down.
And Debashish, going back to Callum Whittler, he has been impressive with his pace and wicket taking abilities as well. How crucial do you think will his role be today, considering the pitch and the conditions in Benoni as well?
Yeah, obviously, Australia, given that they are going with four fast bowlers, they would be looking forward to making those early inroads, as we have seen in the semi-final against South Africa. Mapaka single-handedly and lose single-handedly, they almost put India into deep trouble, 32 for 4. It's luckily, fortunately, Uday Saharan and Sachin Das staged that partnership of 171 and paved us out of trouble. But that won't be the case every time. Means obviously you cannot afford to be 32 for 4 in a knockout stage matches. Every match you cannot just go be 32 for 4 and then you go on to win a match. And remember, it's a big final. So I think the crucial thing will be for Mushir Khan to contribute. Means obviously Arshin Kulkarni, there was huge expectations before going into this tournament. There was so much expectation. He got an IPL contract, but his run in the tournament so far with the bat has been mediocre. 186 odd runs, means obviously much is expected of Arshin Kulkarni. He opens the batting for India, and so and also much will depend on Sachin Das, Uday Sharan, it's a everyone should contribute. Means I'm not taking the name of, let's not put the name of one guy. It's a team game. Means everyone, it's a team effort. So all the batters should contribute, keeping it means thinking it as a final, not taking too much pressure on themselves. But if India, the key now is to restrict the Australian to bat the total to as low as it is possible. Remember, Australia have not done well in the tournament as far as their batting is concerned. They have not been dominating. It's their bowling is not their batting is not their strength. They have struggled against West Indies, and they were some 87 or something, and they were reeling hard. Luckily, that match did not went on. It was a no result. And also the match against Pakistan, they could have easily lost. Had that last wicket partnership of 17 runs were not scored, Australia wouldn't have been in the final. So Australian batting have not done well. Means it's Harry Dixon. The main batting is revolves around Harry Dixon, who opens the batting, who is the top scorer for Australia, and to some extent their captain Hugh Wibden. So apart barring those two, means obviously Oliver O'Keefe played that brilliant knock in the semi-final. But batting is Australia's not strength. So I think that one main reason might be that Australia choosing to bat first is they want to post a total, because this is a final, post a total and build pressure on India.
And Shubhan Arshan Kulkarni has shown a lot of promise, like Debashish said, but he has struggled to consistently perform in the tournament. What adjustments do you think he needs to make to have a significant impact today?
Yeah, but I think Devashish is right in saying that he has had a mediocre tournament, only one century in this tournament, that too against Afghanistan, if I'm not wrong. And since then, he has not converted those starts. It's the same problem which the Indian the batters in the test team is having. He's getting starts but not converting them big. Maybe there's a specific role assigned to him by the team management that they want him to go after the Pacers. But ultimately, if he's an opener, he needs to put a price on his wicket. Yes, utilize the power play as much as he can, but again, try to play as long as possible, because after Arshin, there's Mushir, there's Uday Saran, there's Sachin Das, and even the other opener, he has not done really well. He has Adarsh Singh. He has struggled to score big runs in this tournament. So he knows that only this batting revolves around four batters: Arshin, Mushir, Uday, and Sachin Das. One of them has to play big, and if the opener can start big, then we have seen what cricket teams can do if your openers give you a good start.
And Shomik, Australia's top order also has faced some struggles, notably when you look at that match against West Indies. Again, what sort of adjustments do they need to make today, considering that they're going into bat first?
I think this is the reason why they have chosen to bat first. Because if we see both the semifinals, the teams that chased, they won eventually. It was a struggle both for India and Australia, but they won. The fact of the matter is that the Australian batting is not doing well. They didn't, on the face of it, they didn't put themselves under the pressure of chasing in a final. So even against Pakistan, chasing something around 178, they were on the tenterhooks, and only a 17-run last wicket partnership helped them get over the line. So I think Australia's approach is a bit reactive or a bit defensive, in the sense they are not trusting their batting that much. So, which is the reason why they have chosen to bat first, because you are not batting under scoreboard pressure. You can put on runs on the board, and then can and remember, in the evening the ball is doing a bit off front. The ball is doing a bit off front. We have seen in both semifinals the ball was doing a bit off front in the in the evening. So from that perspective, I think Australia has taken a tad defensive approach. They are respecting the Indian team. They have a big respect for this Indian team.
And Debashish, do you think this was an important toss to win for the Indian team? Do you think it will play some part in however the match goes?
Yeah, absolutely. Means for a big final, you always want to put that pressure of posting a big total. Means obviously means and that pressure of the final, and if you have to chase a big total, it automatically puts pressure on you. And suddenly, if you lose two early wickets, then all of a sudden you have immense pressure on on yourself. But then for India, the key will be those two fast bowlers at the start, Naman Tiwari and Raj Limbani, who both have done really well, and so they will be banking on their fast bowlers to keep those early breakthroughs. And then in the middle overs, we know Soumi Pandey, with his left arm spin, 17 wickets in the tournament, and he can strangle the Australian batting. He can, and his economy rate in the tournament is brilliant. So I think the key for India will be to make those early inroads, give those breakthroughs, and if they can remove Harry Dixon early, then means obviously it will be a huge advantage for India.
And Shubhan, before I get to predictions, you spoke to Sachin Das's parents. So tell us, what were they feeling? I'm sure they were feeling very, very proud of him.
Yeah, they have organized a huge screening, and that excitement.
Oh.
It's good to yes. They have organized a big screening. There's a badminton center somewhere there in Bede, so they have organized a huge screen, and they are going to watch the match together. And what stood with me was he talked about the bonding between Arshin, Mushir, all of them who come from that same zone, Maharashtra, Mumbai, and they said there's competition in age group. They have been playing since under 14, all of them together. So there's a bit of a bonding, brotherly bonding there. There's competition, yes, but that is healthy competition. After the match, even if they're playing on opposition ends or in the same team, after the match, they all are brothers. They stay together, they eat together, they go out together. So that's a good bonding to have, a youthful bonding to have in the team, and I think that is something which has helped Indian team excel despite having lesser expectations than the previous batches.
Absolutely, and that's what you want in a team, don't you? But Shubain, your prediction? Who's going to win?
I think I'll go with India win.
Devashish?
Yeah, I also will go with India winning because given the fact that their dominance in the tournament means, and obviously their record, the manner in which they played this tournament means except for that semi-final match, they have been truly outstanding. And I'll
So,
just add
yeah.
on the add on that family thing. Obviously, I was just watching a video tweeted by ANI. Uday Saran and his family, his father and mother was in some gurdwara. I don't know which means maybe some gurdwara. The pressure will be on the family members and the parents more than the players who play, because it's the burden of the 100 million Indian population, and then the pressure of the families and parents will be immense. Means it's good to see that Sachin's father is organizing a screening of. Means just imagine the locality. Means hundreds of friends, mohalla guys, they will come and cheer for Sachin when he scores a four, when he scores a boundary. That is so special. That is pure. What to say? Means you can't express
Love
it.
for the sport
Absolutely,
and for
and
absolutely.
Sachin as
and
well.
and media will be present. I think in every
Yeah.
player's house. So
Yes.
so there's a bit of pressure there also. That if you
Yes.
win, you will have good reaction. If you lose, you will have a crying reaction. So that's a bit
Yeah.
of a fun pressure to have.
You will have to be a gracious loser then. Shomik, your predictions?
Gagi, I predict an Indian win if they can restrict Australia to below 250, 240s rather. 240 and above, it might get tricky
Okay.
because Australia have a fantastic bowling lineup. Their four-pronged pace attack, I mean, they will go hard at Indian batting.
Okay, so everyone thinks India is going to win. And on that note, I'll close this show because what better way to end the show? And we'll be back at the end of the match as well. Let's see who lifts the cup today.